Berlin isn't just about the Brandenburg Gate and the Berlin Wall. It's a city full of hidden corners, quirky cafés, underground art, and neighborhoods that locals truly love. In this video, we'll skip the tourist traps and uncover the real Berlin, from secret hangouts to cultural gems. If you want to see Berlin like a local, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more insider travel guides. Berlin is a city of contrasts. It's not just Germany's capital. It's a living canvas where history, art, rebellion, and reinvention collide. Tourists often flock to Brandenburg Gate, Checkpoint Charlie, or the Berlin Wall memorials. And while these landmarks are important, they only scratch the surface. Berlin's true spirit isn't in the postcards or guidebook cliches. It's found in hidden courtyards, underground clubs, repurposed factories, and neighborhood corners where locals actually live, eat, and breathe the city. Point 10. Tempelhofer Feld, a park like no other. Imagine a city park built on the runway of a former airport. That's Tempelhofer Feld, one of Berlin's most beloved local hangouts. Once an airfield that played a role in both Nazi rallies and the Cold War airlift, today it's been reclaimed by Berliners as a massive open playground. Here you'll see people cycling, skateboarding, or rollerblading down the old runways. Families barbecue on sunny weekends, community gardeners tend to tiny plots of vegetables, and kite surfers catch the wind with colorful sails. There's a wild freedom to the place. It feels like a park, a historical site, and an urban experiment rolled into one. Tourists rarely linger here, but for locals, Tempelhofer Feld is Berlin at its most democratic. Open, free, and alive. Point 9. Victoria Park and the Kreuzberg waterfall. Berlin isn't a city of hills, but tucked in Kreuzberg you'll find Victoria Park, home to the city's only waterfall. At the top, the National Monument towers in memory of the wars of liberation against Napoleon. But the real magic is the artificial cascade that flows down the hill into a serene pond. Locals picnic here in summer, and in winter kids sled down its slopes. The small, quirky, and strangely romantic. At sunset, you can sit on the rocks, beer in hand, because drinking in public is perfectly legal here, and watch Berliners unwind. This is Kreuzberg stripped of stereotypes. Community, calm, and charm away from the busy bars and graffiti walls. Point 8. Teufelsberg, the Devil's Mountain and spy station. One of Berlin's most unusual places lies in the Grunewald Forest. Teufelsberg, or Devil's Mountain. Built on the rubble of World War II, it's actually an artificial hill. On top sits an abandoned Cold War listening station once used by the Americans to spy on the Soviets. Today, it's a haunting yet colorful ruin covered in massive street art murals. Climb its towers, and you'll find eerie, dome-shaped radar stations where whispers echo endlessly. From the top, you get one of the best views of Berlin, stretching over the forest to the skyline. It feels apocalyptic, like Berlin's past and future colliding. Locals come here for art, photography, and underground events that transform the space into something half-ruin, half-gallery. Point 7. Markthal Noon Foodie Heaven in Kreuzberg. Berlin isn't famous for food the way Paris or Rome is, but the city's culinary scene thrives in multicultural markets. Markthal Noon is the crown jewel. Tucked into a red brick hall in Kreuzberg, this revived market is where Berliners gather for artisanal breads, fresh cheeses, craft beer, and international street food. The highlight is Street Food Thursday, when vendors from all over the world take over. Think bao buns, Ethiopian injera, Peruvian ceviche, and, of course, Berlin's beloved currywurst with a modern twist. It's lively, authentic, and deliciously chaotic. Forget fancy restaurants. This is where you'll taste Berlin's true flavor. Point 6. Hidden courtyards of Mitte, the Hof Culture Walk down a street in Mitte, and you may think you're surrounded by plain apartment buildings, but slip through one of the unmarked archways, and you'll enter another Berlin entirely. The Hof courtyards. These hidden gems are tucked between buildings, each one different. Some are filled with ivy climbing the walls, others host quirky shops, cafés, and art galleries. The Hackisch Hof is the most famous, with its Jugendstil design, but dozens more lie undiscovered unless you wander and peek inside. These courtyards are like Berlin's secret heartbeat, private, creative, and layered with stories. Point 5. Urban spree, street art, and underground culture. If Berlin has a soul, it's rebellious, and you'll feel it at Urban Spree. Located in Friedrichshain, this massive cultural venue is covered in street art and graffiti. Inside, it hosts exhibitions, concerts, and workshops, while the outdoor beer garden hums with life on warm evenings. Urban Spree isn't polished or curated for tourists. It's raw, messy, and authentic. Here, Berlin's alternative spirit thrives, mixing artists, musicians, and wanderers in a space that celebrates creativity in every form. If you want to understand why Berlin is still a magnet for young creatives worldwide, Urban Spree is your answer point. For Mauer Park, flea markets, and Sunday karaoke every Sunday, Mauer Park comes alive in a way that feels uniquely Berlin. The flea market here is legendary, selling everything from vinyl records to handmade crafts. But the real magic is in the amphitheater, where open-air karaoke draws crowds of hundreds. Locals and travelers alike take the stage to sing their hearts out, cheered on by strangers. It's chaotic, hilarious, and heartwarming all at once. Add street performers, food stalls, and the occasional drum circle, and you've got a Sunday that feels more like a festival than a market. Mauer Park captures Berlin's inclusive spirit. Everyone is welcome. Everyone belongs. Point 3. Treptower Park and the Soviet Memorial. On the quieter side of Berlin lies Treptower Park, a green escape along the River Spree. But hidden within is something monumental: the Soviet War Memorial. Built to honor the 80,000 Soviet soldiers who died in the Battle of Berlin, it's massive, solemn, and humbling. At its center stands a towering statue of a Soviet soldier holding a child, a sword crushing a swastika beneath his feet. The scale alone is overwhelming. Few tourists venture here, but locals know it's one of the city's most powerful reminders of the war. Its history you can feel, surrounded by peace and greenery. Point 2. The lakes around Berlin, nature's secret escape. Berlin isn't just about concrete and nightlife. It's surrounded by lakes that locals flock to in summer. Wannsee, Muggelsee, and Schlachtensee are favorites, each offering clear waters, sandy beaches, and shady forests. On hot days, Berliners pack picnics, grab beers, and spend entire afternoons swimming, sunbathing, or rowing boats. Some lakes even have designated nude sections, part of Germany's relaxed Freikörper culture, free body culture. For locals, the lakes are an escape from city chaos, a reminder that Berlin is as much about nature as it is about nightlife. Point 1. Neukölln rooftops. Sunset above the city. At the top of the list is something magical: the rooftop bars of Neukölln. Once a working-class neighborhood, Neukölln has transformed into one of Berlin's trendiest areas, and its rooftops embody the city's cool, creative vibe. Climb up to Klunkerkranich, a rooftop bar built on top of a shopping mall parking garage. From here, you see the Berlin skyline in all its mismatched glory: TV tower, church spires, glass high-rises, and endless rooftops stretching to the horizon. Add live music, fairy lights, and the buzz of locals sipping cocktails, and you've got the perfect Berlin evening. For Berliners, it's not about luxury, it's about atmosphere. Watching the sun sink over the city from a Neukölln rooftop captures everything Berlin stands for: raw beauty, creativity, and a love of life lived unfiltered. Berlin is a city of layers, where history meets creativity and every street has a story. I hope this tour of hidden spots inspired you to explore the city beyond the guidebooks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more authentic travel adventures. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.